Good evening, everybody. Thank you very much for coming. This is really meant to be very informal. We're excited to be able to celebrate our senior student athletes who have indicated they're going on to play college athletics. Welcome to Leroy Junior Senior High School. I'm Jamie Clark. I'm the athletic director and assistant principal, and depending on the conversation, that order changes. So tonight I'm the athletic director, happily. We have tonight with us, we have 6 members of the senior class who are going on to play college athletics. And it's important for you guys to understand that you're in a very select group, because for about 97% of everybody who plays high school athletics, that's the end of their careers, 97%. So you're in a very select group of about 3% of people who go on to play college sports. So you should be very proud of yourselves for that. And also remember that when you get to your next step, because there are going to be challenges ahead of you, right? There's going to be times of self-doubt. There's going to be times of, man, did I make the right decision? Am I good enough to be here? Remember all of the obstacles you've overcome to get to this point, right? There's a reason why you're a member of that 3% group. Remember that and rely on that when you encounter difficult times, because there will be some, okay? Just try to remember the skills that you have, the obstacles that you've already overcome, and lean into that in times of trouble, because those will serve you well, okay? We're extremely proud of you. You're a member of a very select fraternity of Awaken Knights who have gone on to play college sports. So I don't want to take up too much of the time tonight, because really it's about you. But before we get on to the coaches introducing each of you, I'm on to turn it over to our superintendent, Mr. Merritt Holly, who's here tonight. And he's just going to speak for a few minutes and give a few words, and then we'll. Okay. All right. Do you want to come up here? You're going to go from there.
I'll stay right from here.
Okay.
First of all, we are so proud of our student athletes that are here tonight. As Mr. Clark mentioned, what a great honor. And before I jump into a couple things, I do want to thank Mr. Clark for putting this together tonight to honor our student athletes. So Mr. Clark, thank you. And to our coaches that are here tonight. Without our coaches providing opportunities, you guys know as student athletes that wouldn't take place without their leadership and guidance. And to our parents, all the times to and from practices, all the times to and from games. Again, the student athletes, make sure you take time to thank your parents tonight for all that they've done for you throughout your academic and athletic careers. Mr. Clark's right? This is an opportunity that you're going to be challenged next year. But stick with that challenge, because the support you're going to get academically, the support you're going to get from your teammates and your coaches is going to carry you through, and you get to play and continue to play a sport that you love. And as Mr. Clark mentioned, it doesn't happen very often on the next level. I can tell you the relationships that you're going to make with your teammates and coaches are going to last a lifetime. And they're going to be your friends 25, 30, 40, 50 years from now that you have, and that group that you're going to play with and be a part of are going to support you, weddings, family get-togethers, all of those great things. So again, stick with what you're doing. You're there for your academics, but what a great way to support those academics is to be there on the athletic side too. So congratulations to you. That's a little longer than a couple minutes.
So before we turn it over to the introductions for coaches, I just want to go through the 6 seniors that we have with us tonight, the sport that they've indicated that they're going to play, and also the school that they're going to. So we're just going to go in alphabetical order, because there really is no other more fair way to do it. So alphabetically, we have Sierra Burk here tonight, who is going to be volleyball and softball at Monroe Community College. Peter Clark, baseball at Genesee Community College. Jake Higgins, also baseball at Genesee Community College. Then we have Aaric Luce. He will be playing basketball at Vermont State University, Lyndon. Then we move on to Alex Spezzano. Alex will be playing baseball at Hobart and William Smith College. And then finally we have Gabby Zitz. Gabby will be playing volleyball at Genesee Community College. So thank you all for being here. Again, welcome. We have an exciting night because, as you all know, we have our senior awards at 7 o'clock over in the auditorium. So you'll be able to move into even more air-conditioned comfort over there in a little while. That's a little bit longer ceremony, so you'll be happy to be in the air-conditioned comfort over there. So to kick things off with introductions, I would like to invite Coach Sue Staba up for Sierra. She's well, I didn't know because we have two of her coaches in the room.
You talked to me, you know I'm here. Thank you. Do I go first, Ben?
No, you go ahead.
Thanks, buddy.
And then once Coach is finished with the introduction, what we'll do is, Sierra, you and your family come up. We'll do a little photo op for you, okay?
Okay, so I forgot my glasses, and I have some notes here, so bear with me. I was going to say, am I got readers?
You're a little strong on there, so
I don't
let's see if you're
know.
all
Let's
right
see.
with those. Yeah.
Oh,
All
yeah,
right.
I can do that.
Okay.
How they look? Oh, I can't see you guys. This is perfect. So I had Sierra for 3 years up on varsity. I coached her 4 out of 6 years of her career because I also had her on modified in 7th grade. Sierra plays with her entire heart and soul out on the court. And if you've ever watched her, you know that I really can't look at you guys. She plays with her entire heart and soul when she's out there. So she gets a point. You know she got that point. She has a lot of energy about her. All right, back to these. Sierra is a 2-time sectional champion, winning sectionals in her sophomore year and her senior year. She was a sectional all-star her junior year. We've had a tough loss in the finals, but all 3 years that she was on varsity, we went to the finals. So that's a incredible thing there. She was also a LCAA All-Star, an exceptional senior, and she earned one of my coaches' awards this year. I'm excited to hear that she's going on to further her career at MCC. I think she will continue to grow as an athlete. I watched her grow every single year, and by far this year she really came into herself and showed a lot of control over the emotions, but still had that big emotion. So it was great to see her grow. I think you're going to be a huge asset to the team, and I look forward to hearing how you're doing 2 sports because I don't know a lot of people that have done that, so I'm excited to hear that. And I wish you luck, and I look forward to seeing that schedule so I can come see you play. Congratulations, Sierra. Come on.
Okay?
Yeah.
All right.
Oh, well, I'm going to give you.
I just wanted to add a few things. I think Sue caught a lot of that stuff, but Sierra was with me on varsity softball for 4 years, and it was a great pleasure to coach her because when you get kids, obviously they like the sport, but Sierra loved softball. She loved playing softball, and every day you got her best effort. You never had to worry about, is she going to play hard today? Is she going to give us everything we have? And she really did. And I think the most impressive thing, especially when you have kids that long, is that I saw her really grow as a leader, especially this year, and that was something that we needed, and it was really important. So it's great when you see that. And, she was a great player. She was a 2-time league all-star for us, but her leadership this year on a young team, we started a number of freshmen and sophomore. It was really a key thing for us. And again, it's great to watch that growth. I know she's going to do great at MCC. Just make sure you manage your time well, and, I think you'll do great. Okay, thanks.
Whoever you want to bring up. Have a seat.
Can't really pick. You stay.
Yeah, all the time.
You should, yeah, there you go.
Yeah. I'll go next to the night. There you go.
Half the crowd next year is always right behind me on the fence.
Maybe, we'll be there.
Izzy's family said we still have.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
have to come.
Oh, wait a minute, I'm so sorry. Jeez. Yeah.
Oh, look at you.
How cute.
Well, that's right. Those things, you
Yeah.
gotta use them.
I ordered a lot. Now you look at me. You're used to looking at me, come on. Do you want the coaches?
So, yeah, here's some.
Come on, guys.
All right.
Just in case somebody blinks.
Thank you.
I was gonna wait till the end. Yeah. Do you want that? Okay, next up, I'm going to invite Coach Ian Kokidis up, and he's going to introduce, actually, we have two baseball players back to back, and then we'll have a basketball player in between. So first up is Peter Clark.
I'll start off by just thanking all the parents. Being a coach is a tough job, and your support and supporting us, trusting us in what we do and how we treat and work with your sons and daughters. It's tough. I understand that, and I know as a parent of an athlete myself how hard it is to stay within yourself and trust that coach is doing the right decisions for you. So we really appreciate that as coaches. To all the 6 athletes, it's amazing for you to move on. Stick with it. I did not, and I regret it to this day. But it is tough when you get to school and you're managing school and athletics. It's a lot. So make sure you're ready for that commitment, and don't give in, and don't walk away if you don't have to. Okay? So congratulations, all 6 of you as well. Peter Clark. Peter came up in his sophomore year. We pulled him up for sectionals. It was an amazing run as a young kid, a young guy coming up and stepping into a big role. Was a huge part of our sectional run, and then came into being a 2-year starter after that. Junior year, had a great year, and then this year I would say was his best year overall. Well-earned All-Star, did a great job behind the plate. We really realized, and maybe we should have listened a little bit sooner about his pitching ability, because he made a big factor on the diamond as a pitcher. I actually recommended to him that he might want to open his mouth to GCC about the fact that he can throw off the mound, because he's very, very talented as a pitcher and a catcher. And you hit a home run that I will never forget. The game didn't end up the way we wanted, but that was one big moment that I'll never forget as a coach. Peter will be going on to GCC to study accounting, and I've just heard possibly bigger picture would be Wall Street. So congratulations, Peter. There you go, I got you. Congratulations, buddy. Yep.
Go ahead.
If anybody wants, there's drinks in
Yeah, I
that
was gonna
cooler,
say,
too.
water.
There's water and some different, what's that?
You don't want us all
Throw 'em?
Really? Very good.
Good.
Congrats, Pete. Anybody else going?
Good, okay.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Okay. Next up, we have Jake Higgins. Jake is also going to GCC to play baseball, and Coach Kokitis is going to introduce him as well.
Hi again. Hey, I forgot to mention Peter was one outstanding football player as well, and I had the pleasure to coach him on the JV level. And I can think of all the great moments, winning a sectional title, but the game against ER, and I'll never forget a play where you chased the quarterback down after being knocked down and everything. It was amazing. So congrats for the football season as well. All right, Jake Higgins, another one of my former JV football players as well. Jake had 3 years as a starter up on varsity. I think a great thing, and it's always cool to see siblings get to play together. He got to play with his brother, which I think is just a memory in itself, win or lose. It's great because not everybody gets to do that. Jake kind of was not in the shadow of his brother, but he was a little guy coming up with the big guys, and you could tell there was always a little tension every now and then between the brothers, but Jake really stepped in his sophomore year, played outstanding. Junior year, played really well. I think he played multiple positions for me, which is a tribute to who you are as an athlete. I got to see you really excel this year in the basketball court as well, which I was really proud of, and that made me really, really hopeful for what was going to happen in the baseball season. And you didn't disappoint. I think it was your best year ever on the baseball field, earned an all-star, which is well earned, led the team in home runs, made some huge plays at third base. I think you grew up really well over these last 3 years and become quite a man as an athlete, and I can't wait to see what happens from here. You will also be studying accounting, so I know where to go these next few years. I'm not sure if you'll end up on Wall Street, but we know where your family lives, so I can come see you if I need to. Jake, congratulations. Thank you very much. You're welcome.
Okay, next up, we have Aaric Luce, who's going to be playing basketball at Vermont State Lyndon. And we're going to bring up Coach Battaglia, who is our boys basketball coach, to introduce Aaric.
Before I get into Aaric, I just want to really quickly say, Coach Kokitis made a really good point about Jake. I think that all of us here, we're pretty blessed to have kids that play multiple sports and give their time to it. And I was thinking of it when I was talking about Sierra. If Jake wanted to play basketball at GCC, he's good enough to do that too, trust me. He had a great year for us, and I'm glad I got to coach him this year. Also, another guy I'm glad I got to coach was Aaric. Aaric's a guy, last night, I know it sounds kind of stupid, but we had our postseason celebration last night. It took me so long, and I still couldn't get all of them in the same room, but we came close. And Aaric won what I've done it in softball for years. It's called the Team Me Award, and the letters for team are in all caps and me are in lowercase. And I really thought Aaric epitomized that on our team because, he was not a kid who ever worried about individual stats. I mean, he wanted to win, and he was a really key player in that. I was just trying to think of certain games to talk about, and I think the one that stands out to me was that Christmas tournament in Batavia. It was a really good team. We finished the game on a 16-2 run to win, and when I was looking at the stat sheet after, he only scored 4 points that night, but he had 7 assists and 5 rebounds and a couple steals, and that's the kind of player he was. Whatever you needed him to do on a particular night, he did it, and it was always to help us win games. And in addition, I think he was kind of the heart and soul of that team this year. This is a guy that loves basketball, And when I talked to college coaches this year, they would always say, we've seen him on film, but what's he like as a person? What's he like in school? And it was always an easy conversation to have because he's a very high achiever in the classroom, so that was always easy to talk about. And he was easy to talk about, as a person and as a player, and basically I told him all the same thing. I said, you are going to get a kid who, A, loves basketball. I mean, he loves the game, and from the first second I coached him, I could always talk to him about, we talk pros, college, whatever you talk about, like he was really in tune with it. And I told him, I said, that's number one. He's got passion for the game. I said, nobody on your team will outwork him. So whatever he gives you, I said, you get the top end of his ability and effort every single day. Practice, games, doesn't matter. I said, he's going to bring his best, no matter what. I said, and you're going to be a guy who will do anything to help your team be successful. If that's taking a charge, if that's, scrapping, you can see he's not a real big guy, but he ended up being a really key rebounder for us. And I don't think that was something he expected, but as soon as he understood that we needed it, he turned into like a 6 rebound a game guy because we had to have that. And I think as an all-around player, he really blossomed this year because he knew that's what we needed to be successful. And I think he's going to be successful because of his work ethic, because of his attitude, and because of his love for the game. And I think that's probably, especially when you go to college, you're going to find it's a little different because all of a sudden you're not playing with your friends. You're competing against other people on your own team just to get on the field or the court, and it's a little different. And I'm not putting it down. I mean, a lot of us have played in college here, and I mean, it's a great part of your experience because, you make friends, which is, when you're in a new school, it can be tough to do, and all of a sudden you got a group of friends who are like-minded. They all love basketball too. But it's a little different. But I know he's going to thrive because he loves the game so much, and he'll put the work in, and he'll do whatever it takes to be successful. So I'm happy for him. I'm excited to see what he does once he gets there. And again, Aaric, it was such a pleasure to coach you this year. And I just want to, everybody knows he got hurt at the end of the year, and it really hurt us. And I know it hurt him because, last thing he wanted to do was miss part of his senior year. And I know how hard that was to sit and watch because you're not a sit and watch kid. But you were just such a key part for everything we did, and I really appreciate that. And, Eon was talking about family. I mean, Aaric's got like an overflow section here right now. So, it's great to see that, he's got the support too, and he always had that at games. So congratulations, and, wish you all the best. Thanks.
Come on up, Aaric. Bring everybody up.
Yeah, that's Vermont State, yeah. Yeah, this is the Hornets, this is a satellite campus of that, so.
Yeah, you guys get your family stuff.
Huh?
Pen in hand.
Should give one smile.
10. And then I'll tell you when to look up.
Okay.
Okay, now you can look up. Attaboy. Excellent, thank you. I think we still have one more though.
Yeah, I just
Alicia,
wanna
are you
ask.
taking a picture too? Yeah. You good, you're good? Oh, you wanna get bags in?
You get bags in one?
There we go.
Yeah.
Thanks, guys.
Thanks, Jason. Okay, next up, we're going to bring Coach Kokitis back up to introduce Alex Spezzano, who's also a baseball player going on to Hobart. Welcome back, Coach Kokitis.
Thank you. I've noticed a trend here that none of the coaches have any gear that say the college that the kids are going to. Just saying. Large would be great for me. No medium, please. So here I am again. What a blessing that I've got 3 guys out of the 9 seniors that are going on to play baseball. We had an amazing season with 18 wins. We didn't finish where we wanted to be, but these guys proved so much to Section 5 in Livingston County and all the bigger schools that we faced. And it starts with these 3 and the rest of the guys. Alex has played with me for 4 years. He's been a 4-year starter. It's always a tricky area when you bring up a freshman to start. It's a big step. You know, a 14, 15-year-old young man coming up with older kids. You got to make sure that you do it the right way. You got to make sure that you have a culture that allows those things to happen so that there is no animosity and kids understand what it's like to play together, whether they're a freshman or a senior and everywhere in between. So Alex handled that extremely well. Another guy who got to play with his brother, which is another blessing, I think, just to have that. Alex has tons of accolades. You're going to hear about him, I'm sure, and they're all over the paper. And he is a 4-year All-Star, which is one of the simple things for him compared to some of the other things he's received. And you know, he's anywhere from Player of the Year for Class B was amazing for Section 5 this year. For Leroy to be recognized in Class B and him to get Player of the Year was awesome. All these things don't happen without hard work and dedication. And the dedication Alex and all these guys put in, it's unbelievable. The amount of work they put in off season and without me being there or without me saying a word. And that's the hardest discipline in life, is being disciplined when no one else is watching you. And that's a tribute to Alex and his parents for providing that work ethic as well. Alex is also going to be studying business management, which I'm assuming has something to do with accounting. Yeah, okay. But Alex, just a testament to you and what you've done in being a 4-year starter. None of these things I take lightly. When I see everybody leaving, and having 9 seniors go is tough. That's 9 men leaving a program. I have to replace 9 men. And these 3 right here earned All-Stars, all 3 this year. They got to represent us in the exceptional senior game, even though there wasn't a game. But I also had the pleasure to sit with them at a Section 5 breakfast, brunch, which was awesome to sit with these guys when we got to be represented to being in the sectional finals. So great men. Alex, you've earned it. I'm really proud of you, and I'm really looking forward to, I hope to see all 3 of you guys play. I would like to. GCC is easy for me to get to, and Hobart's not that far, so I would love to come support you. Thank you very much, Alex. Congratulations. You go. You're welcome. You too. I will. I'll do it after you guys do your family. Sure.
Nice hat.
Thank you.
Good job, Alex.
We have one more tonight. Finally, we have a young woman who has accomplished quite a bit in her career here. And I want to bring back up Coach Staba, who is our head volleyball coach, to introduce Gabby Zitz, who will be playing volleyball at Genesee Community College.
One thing that Coach Kokita said that made me think too is he talked about the off season that these kids do. So I think these athletes, especially these 6 that we have here today, I mean, they're not just showing up in August or or time the other sports start, like, they're putting in that work, whether they're doing a travel club, coming to open gyms. You know, I know these guys, not just my players, everybody has worked really hard in the off season to get to where they wanted to be, to get to this level. So congratulations for putting in that hard work, not just during the season, but always during the off season. Gabby, I coached Gabby for 2 years on varsity. I also pulled her up as a sophomore for sectionals. Even when she was on JV, though, I always tried to give a lot of input. I kind of focused on her a lot because, I mean, if you see how tall she is, like, I couldn't wait to have her, so I was trying to mold her a little bit when she was on JV, probably a little bit more than I do most JV kids. So I knew what potential she was going to have, and she showed it. She was our top blocker this year. I think it was like 88 blocks, maybe, if I remember correctly. But she was very intimidating. You could see other teams' faces when she'd come out with her height, and when we would warm up and she'd get that perfect set and just slam that ball literally straight down, you'd see their jaw drop. Gabby is a 2-time sectional champion. She was pulled up her sophomore year. I already said, unfortunately, we lost that one, but then she was able to be a part of it when I pulled her up the sophomore year and be a part of that sectional. And then her senior year, this year, she was an all-star as well, and an exceptional senior. Let's see. I know she talked about playing at the collegiate level all the time. I know she wanted to, and I even reached out to Jamie. I'm like, do you know anything? Is Gabby playing? Because I knew that was her goal, was to play in college. And so when I heard from her that she was playing, I was so happy, because I knew that was your goal all along, and you worked hard to get there. You came a long way. Gabby, she was harder on herself than anyone else needed to be. So if something went wrong, I mean, the biggest thing was picking that girl back up and saying, you got the next one, and she would get the next one. And those blocks, I mean, anybody watches volleyball, you watch Gabby block, it's exciting. So congratulations on going on to play. It's close. I can't wait to come and watch you. Make sure you give me a schedule, and keep working hard, put in that time in the off season. Congratulations.
I just once again want to thank everybody for coming tonight. Tonight, this brief ceremony, the senior award ceremony, graduation on Saturday morning is not only a celebration for our seniors, but also for their families. Obviously, it's a once-in-a-lifetime event for the graduating seniors, but it's as much about the family as it is about the individual. So their accomplishments are a reflection of the support that they've had from their families, and you should all be very proud of that. So I want to thank you as a member of the administrative team here at Leroy. We are sincerely thankful for all the time, the love, the sweat, the tears, everything that goes into the culminating event on Saturday. We are eternally grateful. They are a good reflection of good families, good support, and we thank you all. So have a great evening. Enjoy the senior award ceremony. Enjoy the graduation ceremony, and please eat. Have a good night. Thank you.